Yes, I came up to Portland to work with Fair Share and the Oregon Health Plan, and I was able to work on a speakers bureau and work with Eastside Democrats. That is a very strong, powerful group and very inclusive. And what I appreciated most about that was I got to work with our seniors here in Portland. We took a class of over 90 seniors down to the legislature that year, and it's the year that the Oregon Health Plan went through. I've worked as a community organizer, also on Medicare reform. I was privileged to work with Cesar Chavez back in the early 80s. He was here for farm workers' rights and reform. I also have met Coretta Scott King. And one of the first things that I asked her is, how many children do you think a woman should have in this day and time? I was pregnant with my third child. Actually, he's in the back of the room with my grandchild. Today's my 52nd birthday, and I want to share with you that what Coretta Scott King said was, do not have more children than you can educate. She said, I had my 4, Martin wanted 8. Oh my goodness, the man is gone and she can speak on this issue. And that's what I welcome about forums like this, is we come out here to educate ourselves to what we can do for our city. What I'm holding now is the City of Portland service efforts and accomplishments of 2006 to 07, And one thing that it states here is that spending per capita for city services increased 13% over the last 5 years. In 06 to 07, the Police Bureau had the highest per capita spending, followed by the Portland Development Commission, followed by fire, rescue, and then environmental services and transportation. And what that breaks down to is, per person, the police department had $338, Portland Development Commission spent $300 per capita, fire and rescue $209, whereas the Bureau of Housing only spent $38 per capita, and the Office of Sustainable Development had $10 per capita. The Office of Sustainable Development handles our waste recycling, our gas, our electricity, and I really feel that these dollars could be turned around and used better. And that's probably one reason why our housing is so expensive. It's because there's not enough staff and oversight for the Bureau of Housing and Community Development to do the things that they need to do. I also know that URAs, the urban renewal areas, the way it was written originally, money that was supposed to go to schools and money that was supposed to go to non-school development, much of the money for schools, $7 million in 1998, went into bricks and mortar development of other areas. And that's because the way it was written. The Shiloh Inn took a suit against the city and looked at how it was supposed to be written, and those dollars were reallotted to work properly. Now, we have an incredible budget with the City of Portland, but we also have an incredible staff of people who work with the City of Portland. And what I feel is that people must recognize that a mayor does not work independently. You're working with an incredibly large group of people. And it is very important to have someone in office who can connect with people, hear the needs of what's going on in staff, and make sure that things like street names being changed without community consent is not happening. I think just something simple as a street, and again, I work with Cesar Chavez, he would not have agreed to that happening without community support. I feel confident in saying that. Changing a street changes a town's identity, and it's extremely important that when we do anything in this city, we do it in the best interest of its people, with the voice of its people. So currently, I have no allegiances to any particular businesses, no allegiances to any particular political cause. My only endorsement is your vote.